In this video, we're going to go over how to change a spoil board on the CNC. Once the spoil board reaches 10 millimeters, it's time to replace it. First, we go to Power Touch, Start Other Applications, Control 1, Edit Fixed Data. In this menu, you have a few options you can choose from to edit parameters in specific areas on the machine. In our case, we want to choose the table area, the spoil board being in the table area. We want to make sure that the protection board maximum thickness is set at 19 millimeters, or how thick your new spoil board is. Also, make sure that the protection board calibration step is set to 0.3 millimeters. This is how much the spoil board program shaves off whenever the spoil program is ran. Now we can set the old spoil board to the side. You'll want to store it wherever you store your cover sheets. Let's grab a new spoil board. Let's set the new one down so that we can spray the table area off. This will help prevent loss suction. Be careful not to spray out the foam liners out of their grooves. Now we need to see what way the spoil board is bowing. In our case, it's bowing to the left. The reason why we're looking for this is because we're going to spoil one side, then flip it over. Refrain from sliding the board onto the table area so that you don't rip up the foam liners underneath it. It's also possible to chip and break the table if it slides. The way it's bowing right now may cause problems in the future because it's bowing up. We'll spoil one side and flip it over so that we won't have a problem. Back on the screen, we're going to go to Soft Keys, then Delete Z Offset. This resets the height of our Z-axis, or our spoil board thickness, to the value we set in the Fixed Data menu, that being 19 millimeters. This button needs to be confirmed by turning this key. Now the Z offset has been reset to 19 millimeters. Now we can load up the spoil program. Spoiling this one side first allows us to know for a fact that the bottom of the spoil board is completely flat. New spoil boards always have valleys in the material. Spoiling it down makes it flat and keeps suction and keeps parts from shifting around. Before we run it, to make sure we completely flatten this side, you can take a pencil and cover it as much as you can. Then we run the spoil program. If there's still pencil markings, it isn't flat yet. This will show you where you still have valleys in the material. One thing to also note is that if you already had the Edit Fixed Data menu opened, an error message will pop up saying you already have it open. In Power Touch on the bottom right, that's where all of your most recent menus have been opened. Or you can hold Control and press Tab with Control still held down and and scroll through all of the already open menus. One thing we can do to speed up the process of surfacing the spoil board, we can go to the table area and increase the protection board calibration step from 0.3mm to 0.6. This basically acts as running the spoil board twice in one go. It usually takes 2 or 3 passes of a 0.3mm surfacing on this first side, so we want to speed up the process a little. Now that we have all the pencil markings shaved off, we can flip the spoil board. Make sure you switch the calibration step back to 0.3mm so that you're not going through the spoil board twice as fast in regular production. We'll run the spoil program one more time on this new side. Final step is to adjust your pusher height to the correct amount. Forgetting this step will result in it being lower than the new spoil board, pushing the entire spoil board through onto the conveyor and potentially breaking things.